if you live in another state where there's no ban, like fire ban, are there junk removal companies that have like their own dumps, or is that's not scalable? Probably, like where they just burn their own shit. You know?
You'd be burning a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think global warming would be screwed if it's even real. But yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro, here's the deal.
That'd be a lot of couches and mattresses.
You definitely thought of the question before you thought what the question was.
I don't know. There's some
States
redneck
without a
boy out
burn
there
ban.
who said, "Well, shit, I got a truck, I got a trailer, and I got a backyard."
I got 3 acres. Just throw it back there. We'll burn it all later. It'll
sell
be
the
the
house
Christmas
next
fire.
year.
That reminds me of Willie Robertson. He's talking about his, you know, who the Robertson, like the Duck Dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking
Oh,
about dating his wife, and I forgot her name, but he was talking. We went to an event where he was telling the story, and it was hilarious because he was like, he grew up in the white trash neighborhoods, like trailer park and stuff like that. And then like he goes to her house, and he's like looking around. And he's like, everybody's lawns are mowed, you know, it's not up to people's waists, you know. And he's like, he goes, and then they got all these trash cans out. And he's like looking around. He's like, nobody has a burn pile anywhere. And then later he talks about how he proposed to her when he was like 18, like right out of high school. And her dad was like, nah, this is not happening. And then like has him in his office. And he like goes to his office and like talking to him. And then he's like, hey, before you're going to marry my daughter, like I have some questions for you. And Willie's like, well, I got questions for you. And he's like, what's your question? He's like, where do you guys put your trash? He goes, and why don't you have a burn pile?
I can imagine what I would have looked at if someone asked me that. I'd been like, you're not from around here, are you?
Accurate, bro. Bro, I grew up on burn piles, all right? So I grew up on a Christmas tree farm. And so, like, not that we would have that many, like, used Christmas trees. The goal was to sell them so we wouldn't have to burn them. But
Oh, people finding your house was a problem.
I guess. But we did all right with selling like Christmas trees. Grew up on like a family compound. Aunt and uncle had Christmas trees. My folks had Christmas trees. But dude, I remember every year we'd have a couple trees we cut down. We'd have our own Christmas trees. And then, dude, that was the greatest for a little kid to light that burn pile on fire and to see it go 30 feet, flames in the sky. Oh, there's
That'd be
nothing
sick.
better, man.
I don't think anybody ever thinks about Christmas tree and then a burn pile.
I do.
That's
Well,
sick.
Every morning.
Dude, the burn pile was because we grew up in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was a
Not
hostile
here.
takeover every year from every single plant and wildlife that decided to grow that year.
Yep.
And it was like, dude, when I grew up on land too, you'd clear an entire forest. And then next year, it would just grow back. I'm not even joking. It
would burn
crazy.
down, and yeah, it would dry up and then threaten to burn the entire state down every single summer.
Yeah, I grew up like part-time in Flagstaff, and like the only thing I can relate to that is like we grabbed the tumbleweeds that were like around the fence line, around the acreage, and we would burn that. And I remember one
Nice.
time like it got way too crazy one year, and it got like way too big, and it started like burning my dad's like entire property, and like I'm like trying to, he's like telling me like go grab the hose, and the hose is like not going past the
It's like
fence,
20 feet.
and I'm like sitting there trying to spray it, and like he's just like grab the shovels, and we're just trying to like shovel it to like get it to stop. And yeah, my
Bro,
stepmom
that's
wasn't really happy about that. She was like, I might have to call the fire patrol, and he's like, no, like we got
We
this.
got this.
You're
We
like,
got
bro,
this."
that bill is gonna give me a heart attack
Yeah.
way more than this thing's gonna burn my
I think
house.
that's what he was really worried about. And he's like, first thing he said is like, protect the Jeep, you know, like.
It's like that person
my
that gets
shovel.
hurt. They're like, call an ambulance. He's like, no, I'll walk. I'm not paying a
Grab the
$6,000.
car battery.
You don't have a foot anymore.
I'll hobble.
If my dad was going through cardiac arrest, he probably for sure be like, hey, grab the car battery before anything. Just grab the jumper cables.
Oh, shit.
We'll see if that works first. If it doesn't, then call.
Troubleshoot it. You
Don't
do that
worry.
first.
Don't worry. The battery's brand new.
That's a classic dad movie, bro. Worried about the
man.
expenses versus his own life.
We'll worry about the warranty later.
Accurate. Oh man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Dude, it's
So
crazy.
craziest story you've ever experienced removing junk.
Man, where do I start? I think the craziest one of the craziest ones, because to me they're almost on par with each other. It's always a different type of crazy.
Man, how many you got?
Dude, I've got more than
for a
any.
decade, bro.
Yeah, that's right. I do have a decade's worth of stories, dog.
Damn.
And especially when I'm 19, I've seen and felt a lot of different things.
How old are you now?
27.
Okay.
So
all right.
I've definitely been
Got
around.
some years in
Yeah.
this business.
Even though when I pull up and I'm like, been doing this 10 years, the old ladies look at me like they don't believe me at all. They're like, this kid's like 9 years old. So,
Yeah,
or
you
he,
grow out the beard,
or
dude.
he was 9 years old when he's
Yep.
telling the story.
Yep.
But I think one of the craziest one, I'm doing an estimate for this lady who, it's the grandmother paying for the job. Her grandson is like a complete junkie. Like he's got no teeth. Like I went into the house. It's a really small 1-story, like midtown old Phoenix house. I'm walking up into this house doing the estimate. I mean, there's like literally like this guy's literally sitting there with his legs crossed and he's ashing a cigarette on top of the refrigerator.
Oh.
Because that's where the level of the floor is.
Oh.
Is he's literally
Oh, the hoarder house.
oh yeah, I'm like ducking underneath. They're like, this is where she's like, this is why we sleep, and she's got like no teeth, and it's like
Bruh.
it's like a foam pit, just like in like looked like a burial, or like it looked like when an animal sleeps like in the dirt, like that's what it looked like. It was just like a foam pad, and like I'm walking past, and the guy's like still ashing his cigarette, and like I'm looking at the cabinets, and like the cabinets are like,
like you can't even see the floor.
No.
Wait.
There's
So
no
was
floor.
was there like a ramp from the front door?
Yeah. You
So
basically
just
are
gradually-
walking up, and like it was kind of like just like an up and down type
Bruh.
thing. And it's only like a 2-bedroom house, but there was like a bunch of people in this house,
Whoa.
but I come back out and and the grandmother wasn't the one showing me. It was like the grandson like and his girlfriend, which was a story in itself. And I mean, the backyard was so neglected that like from trash, it became black mud. It was just pretty. It was
black. But
it was black.
this was
mud.
in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gross, and there was needles just everywhere, like just needles, just like
Wait. So they called you to like.
The grandmother called me because it was her house, and she didn't know that the house was being neglected like this from her grandson.
Oh.
So, yeah, and there's always a lot of weird details. Like when you
Wow.
roll up to a job, you have no idea what you're rolling up on. It's like it's investigation time to see what the situation is gonna be like
Dude, you need a hazmat
Dude.
suit.
all the time.
So what's your
All the
EDC?
And we go in, man.
Just in case.
Nah, I just start spraying them. If the people don't want to leave, I just start spraying them.
You just bring a priest with you just in case.
Most of the time, the grandmothers are like, "That's fine." They're like, "Go ahead, spray them, get them out." I don't need them there. I evicted them like months ago, but I'm going out. I'm giving the grandmother the quote. She wouldn't even go in the house. It was like, "I'm not going in there. They can show you. You tell me what it's gonna be in." I'm like, bro, this is like a 2-bedroom house. I'm like, it's gonna be like 11 loads. Like it's insane. Like this is a lot of stuff. And man, there was a couch. I'm doing the quote in an alleyway as I'm talking with her, and there is a couch laid on its back. And next later, this like chick who's like homeless, I'm guessing, comes out. She's wearing lingerie and like pants and like her boobs hanging out.
Oh.
And she sits down on the couch and immediately just starts wrapping her wrist and just sticks a needle. Like I'm like 5 feet away, and I'm like trying to have a cordial conversation. Like, hey, it's gonna be like 11 loads.
Whoa.
And
11 needles.
we charge by how much volume you pick inside the truck.
You're like, are you done?
I'm like, and then like
little
as I'm
helper?
saying this, like she's in there, and then this other guy just kind of walks up. This other homeless guy kind of walks up and is like, hey, can I get some? And like she's like, yeah, and she just like pulls the needle off. He just wipes the needle off and just sticks it in his arm. Yeah.
He now has AIDS.
I literally was like, so
dude.
that's how that works.
That's
Like,
HIV right there.
I was like,
That's
wow.
the birth.
I literally told him like, hey, can we talk over there? Because this is too much.
I'm seeing way too many 3-letter words being developed right now.
Dude, it was crazy. And I'm like, the tits hanging out. Like there's just too much going on here. Like
Whoa.
we started walking around previously, and like the dude in my truck's like, that's a nice tit. And I'm like, bro, like I'm like, dog, like
You're
no.
like, why did I hire you?
I'm like, I'm really like, man, like, these are the people I gotta work with. Good help's hard to find.
So did you do the job?
Dude, I think she just ended up like filing bankruptcy, and I think she just ended up selling the house. And was like, I'm not. It was gonna cost her like, I think it was like like 11 grand to get the house done. Because I mean, there was gonna be
Wait,
so.
so just to remove the trash?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you got remediation. You got like mold shit. You got.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
By
Wait,
far.
So do you charge like a hazard fee
Yes.
for removing?
Yes, because it's
literal
gonna
needles?
It's gonna take that much longer because we can't even touch it. It's literally rakes and snow shovels and trash cans and stuff like that, like with suits. So it's gonna take a lot longer, and you gotta be. And it's just sketchy. You know, I can't even sit there and grab stuff. You have to sit there and like start off with like the light debris and move on from there and bag that stuff up and dump it and then it just takes forever.
So, needless to say, I see why you like realtors.
Yeah, but honestly, we like those jobs. They pay.
Yeah,
They
they
pay.
do pay.
Yeah,
that's true.
I've done some homeless camp cleanouts that were pretty disgusting. I mean, buckets full of feces, buckets full of pee.
Dog.
It took like weeks just for and like we're talking like an alleyway that it's probably as wide from like this side of the table to you. And it was like literally between like a gas station and like a trailer park, and there was 2 walls built, and it probably was like 200 feet long, and it was just like this own little homeless campment on 43rd Ave. So let's just put that out there, like it's out there, and it was probably one of the nastiest jobs that I've seen in a while, because I mean there just was feces everywhere, and I mean people are like living like this, and like we have to like lift the buckets trying not to like spill on ourselves, and yeah, like literally shit.
Yeah, that's $300 an hour. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bro.
City paid well for that one, that's for sure.
Wow.
It was gross.
That is
But
crazy.
it took like 3 weeks for like the cops. Like every time they would come there, we'd be like, nope, they're back. Cops had to come back out and like get them out. And I'm like, dude.
Wow, because they kept coming. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, they kept shitting.
And just the needles were incredible. There were so many needles. I mean,
Hey,
Not a bad idea.
Hey, you could
well,
take
Uncle Sam doesn't know, doesn't he? Doesn't
Yeah,
even
that's
know.
true. This is Arizona. This ain't California. Come on
That's
now.
right. You think a cowboy was like, hey, I can't shoot my gun today because I'm drinking beer.
Yeah, you're right.
No, he
A
made
little
it
bit of
happen.
that Wild, wild west back in this life here.
We all saw Doc Holliday in that movie.
Hell yeah. That's how the West was run, baby.
That's right.
Bro, here's a question for you. Here's a question. So I remember in school, I was doing research on like, what am I going to do and go to college? Like, how much do they make? Blah, blah, doctor, lawyer, whatever. Didn't do any of that. But I was doing the research, and then something came up in my search that said septic tank cleaners, they get paid like close to $300K a year.
Sounds like a shitty job.
I mean, would you rather be a doctor?
I would do a 300K. Shoot.
So do you do septic tanks? Or?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Would rather not. I'd rather just
Yeah.
scoop the poop than spray it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because you
That is
gotta
true.
like scuba dive in that shit pretty much.
That's disgusting.
That's
yeah.
wild. But
that
I mean,
that sounds like a job for Mike Rowe.
yeah, you're right. You're right. So when are you going on his podcast?
Shoot, man. How old is he? He's got like in his 60s. He was
Dude,
old.
he's
He was
getting
old
up
when I was
there.
like 10.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
I
But
have
he's
no
still
idea.
cruising. He's got a pretty successful podcast. I think it's like top 20 or something like that on Spotify.
Bro,
Maybe top 10.
Jimmy knows.
Oh.
He's real excited about that one.
Yeah, he's got a good one.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
No.
now as a junk guy, he's like my idol. I'm like this. I mean, I have like a video somewhere on my platform. I'm like, hey, this is Noah Nelson. This is a dirty job.
Run it, bro. Run it.
Hopefully it's not trademarked.
Let alone did I ever think when I was like watching when I was 10, I was gonna be doing something like that. You know, I was like, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, selling houses or something. No, I'm removing your grandma's couch that has like 10 years worth of cat hair on it.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
That's
but dude,
crazy.
we talk about this all the time. Like the non-sexy businesses are the best businesses.
100%.
'Cause
100%.
the nice shiny object that sounds cool and whatever. Like we build websites. Like nothing sexy about that.
Right.
Like nobody cares. Like they care when it's done. And they care about the results that it brings, just
Mhm.
like you do. It's
Right.
like they care about when the junk is removed, but they're like, a lot of effort to go call that guy up, get a quote, pay money to literally
Mhm.
remove the thing that I bought years ago that I neglected.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, if you were to ask my older lady clients, so they'd say my job is sexy. So sometimes I catch them looking for way too long.
They're like, please send the boy
a
with
lot
no
of the
shirt.
times I'm like, man, considering like, hey, should I offer shirtless service or should
Extra
I just
10 an hour.
I mean, sometimes
It's
they
hot.
Drive up.
It's Arizona, bro. You gotta
That's fair.
live life,
That's fair. That's
Man,
legal.
when I'm sweating, the shirt's getting closer and closer, and so are the old ladies.
Yeah. She's like, I'm getting another couch to replace this for next year,
Bro,
so I can
you
call
need
him.
to hit up Axe body spray and be like, "Oh, dude, I got the pitch. I got the ad, bro."
Hey, what is it? Boot Barn, man.
Hey.
They got great cologne because a lot of the old ladies, they just keep following me, and I'm like, hey, like you've already shown me the junk, and they're like, oh, I know. And I'm like, okay, all right, for sure.
That's a good little reel right there.
Sometimes I have to ask myself, do I offer any other services? Will this get my wife a Birkin?
Bro, that's wild. Have you ever done the moving side of things, or it's exclusively junk?
Man, I get asked that all the
It's
time.
kind of another business, but also like same tools.
I try not to do moving
Yeah.
because the liability for it, like the insurance is
Oh, yeah.
insane.
That's fair.
So, and I tell people all the time, like, I'll refer you. I've got great movers that I can refer you to
Nice.
because a lot of times we can work really well together because, like,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, like, most of the time they're breaking stuff and then it becomes junk or that
Yeah.
there's just stuff that the homeowner doesn't want to take with them.
Mm.
So they're downsizing or whatnot. I'll do like a lot, like with the moving prospect of it, something that the junk removal industry should take advantage of is like when someone's buying a new couch and they're getting rid of the old one. I tell them like, hey, I'll remove your old couch or I'll go pick up your new couch from Costco. We'll get it here because it's just in a box. I always tell people, us junk guys, our trailers and ourselves aren't the nicest creatures. We're a one-stop shop. We're kind of rough dudes.
Yeah.
We're meant to junk it, beat it, and kick it. That's what we like to do.
Yeah.
And before we're getting in your house, we're perfect. We're like
Mm-hmm.
we're that piece.
We're
of
taking your daughter out on prom.
That's right. That's right. We're like the soap in the bathtub. Like you'll never know we went to the bottom. Like we're slipping through real quick, and then next later you see my bill and you're like, great, awesome. It's gone. But a lot of times I tell people like, yeah, if you have a new couch and you want it picked up at Costco, we'll go pick it up, unpack it. Now you don't have to worry about the packing material, the boxing, or any of that. The couch is in there. It's put together. Us junk guys, like most of the time we're removing a couch, people don't even know that their couch like disassembles. I'm like, yeah, all the backs come off of this. And they're like, wow, I never knew that. Like 35 years you own this couch and like you never know like why the back of your couch is like completely falling apart. There's a hinge there. It just slides out and sometimes they break. And they're like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, how do you think they ship them? You know, they're not going to ship this whole thing like this. Like,
Right.
I mean, if I was a moving company, or if I was a manufacturing company, I'd be like, we have to make these things fit. So,
Yeah.
but half the time you just don't know those things. So,
Yeah. Well, dude, I love how you brought that up because it's like, that is literally the entrepreneurial spirit to an absolute T, where it's like you find creative ways to expand your model that literally aligns perfectly with what your business is already doing. Because then that's just more revenue, you know, like, because it's like you're just finding more ways to create higher value clients. It's like you could probably get somebody in the door pretty easily. Like everybody's got something that they got to throw away.
right.
But then if you can add that additional value and you can throw in some upsell into it where it's like, hey, I noticed this or I noticed that, you know, it's like my brother-in-law just started his junk removal company. And I was like, dude, you know what would be a perfect idea? Because like my brain always works that way where I'm like, all you have to do is go in someone's backyard, grab the junk, and then mention one comment that could probably get you business like that same day and be like, hey, I noticed there's a lot of dog poop here.
Right.
You got anybody to come remove that? And then you could do like reoccurring subscriptions with dog poop and then just stop by people's house because that's a huge business, you know? So it's
Exactly.
like, and you just, that creative process as an entrepreneur, like it's so easy just to like, oh, this, oh, that. But it is easy to get distracted. So it's better to stay on the main thing than try to.
It's hard to put
recreate the
on. It's
wheel.
hard to put on the different hat when you're on the job.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
times you're like, I just want to get the junk, want to get to the next stop. Think about what dump you need to go to,
Yep.
what customer you need to call, what time is it, and the last thing you're thinking is like, oh, there was a bunch of weeds there. Dang it, I should have asked.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta be tip top on your mind. You know, you gotta sit there and be like, oh wow, you gotta think all of it at the same
Yeah.
time. Like,
Bring your A
this
game.
is a mess. Like for me, that's why I do lawn maintenance, and it's really just because like I'm just a serving guy, and everybody's time is so valuable. The last thing I want you to do is sit there and like have to be like, oh, okay, now the junk guy's gone. Now I need to call landscape to get rid of these weeds.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like I could have done that. Like using a weed whacker it's not rock science. Put some line in it. Don't flick a rock. Don't break a window. Get rid of it. Blow it. Rake it. It's gone. Now your junk guy's your best friend. And that's what I tell my customers when I do estimates. I'm like, hey, I'm not your car salesman. I'm not your plumber. I'm just your friendly junk guy. I'm just here to make sure your junk gets out of here and that you can think of me after this as well and make sure you can refer me because I'm in the best interest of you. And that's what I want you to know. I'm like, I'm going to be transparent. I'm like, this is expensive. This is heavy stuff. They charge me by weight at the disposal. This is going to cost me $200 to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's just a pile of dirt. I'm like, well, every 5 wheelbarrows is a ton. So, and when this is sitting here for 5 months, this dirt is now compacted itself. So when I open this thing up, it's going to fluff up or it's going to fluff up. And now I've got what looks to be 5. It's going to end up being 10. So now I've got 4,000 pounds worth of dirt. I know it's only like 5 feet by 4 feet wide. It's crazy, right? And it's only like, maybe 4 feet tall or 3.5 feet tall. And I'm like, man, you just don't know how heavy this stuff up. Yeah. Wait till I put it in my trailer and watch how squished my tires get in a second. And my trailer holds 7,000 pounds. Like it holds a lot of stuff. Yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess that is pretty heavy. And I'm like, yeah, you want to do it? This is why you're calling me, right? Like you're not calling me because this is easy.
Yep.
Like,
exactly.
Otherwise, you put it in your nice 2024 pickup truck, and I wouldn't do that because they make these trucks like garbage now.
Yeah.
So, you think your Audi can haul this?
I don't think so.
You'll be vacuuming for months.
You can try. You can try. But yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, you just don't know. And people are like, man, 5 wheelbarrows is like 2,000 pounds. I'm like, yes. You just wouldn't think. You just think like that's gonna be like 8,000 pounds maybe. You're like,
yeah,
no. As a junk guy, like I know like the weight of everything that's in your house. Your average couch is like 200 to 250 pounds.
How much does this table weigh?
This table probably weighs, I'm guessing, probably like 175 to 200.
Jimmy, how much?
Jimmy, grab the scale. I gotta test this live.
You'd be surprised too. You'd be like, "Dang, this guy like knows."
Boys on the spot.
This guy knows junk. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, what does an average 85-inch TV weigh?
Depending if it's old or new. If it's new, maybe like 50, 75 pounds. If it's old, projector like 150.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang.
Were you moving junk when it was like the huge TVs or no?
Yeah, it's funny because they're almost extinct now. My probably first 2 years of doing junk removal, that was like all that was coming through during like COVID too. and now
TVs.
Yeah, now I mean it's funny because I see newer TVs. At the time, we were actually probably getting rid of like 50% newer TVs than older TVs because people were still using their older TVs because they lasted so much longer. These newer TVs everything's junk, bro. Yeah. This is why junk is becoming so sustainable. This is why everybody owns a freaking company because they're making everything like garbage now. Your couch is like barely put together. Bruh. It's like a
it's MDF board, most of it.
Yeah.
It's all IKEA shit, basically.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that IKEA is. It's like laminate on MDF. And
if you're 280, 300 pounds, that couch, you're going to get about 2 years out of it.
Dang.
Yeah. If you're like me, you're going to get like 15 out of it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Those Switzerland boys, dude.
It's so interesting, too, though. Okay, so then here's my question for you because I learned a very long time. I read a book called Actually, this was How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bedger. Phenomenal book because everyone's in sales. And if you're not, you should be. But the book talked about being a salesperson and the clothes that you buy. And so like most salesmen, you start out broke because you don't know how to sell. So you don't have any money.
Right.
And one of his biggest pieces of advice in the book is he said, you should buy nice clothes. What you should do is you should buy twice the quality, half the quantity. Mm-hmm. So from your experience of seeing all of the new products that people buy and doesn't last more than 2 years, do you have different like buying habits in what you buy? Like, do you buy the more expensive couch or like the solid table or stuff like that now? Or
100%. But honestly, it's kind of a rough question because I don't believe anything lasts as long as it does. I feel like even the nicer stuff like doesn't even last as long as it does. I just feel like everybody's cutting corners on manufacturing.
Yeah.
Whether it's cars, whether it's couches, whether your fridge, whether it's TV.
Mm-hmm.
I just see everything brand new is just garbage now. Like I see all the old stuff. Some of it still looks great. Some of it you could still definitely use. And like some of it I'm still donating. And then I see newer stuff and I'm like, bro, I can't even donate this. I just donated like a 45-year-old TV and it still works. And like this TV is like a year old and it's trash.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
Throwaway society.
and it's like a TV's not doing much. It's just turning on and off, and it's just sitting on a nightstand or on the wall, you know. So it's like you're not beating the TV,
yeah.
you know. So
I'll tell you what does last is my grandma's cast iron skillet.
that's right.
Man, that thing.
You don't
has
have
been
one.
Going strong. What you talking about?
You bought yours at Walmart.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's true. My
In fact,
mom.
an ex-girlfriend bought it for you.
Also true. My mom has my grandma's cast iron skillet, and that thing is like, I think it's from the 1800s, bro.
Hey, as long as you know how to clean them.
I think still
He does
cook.
not. You should see the abomination this guy does every day to that thing.
Dude, they're hard to clean, bro.
They
I
are a little
don't think
clean.
so. I think the maintenance is easy. I love cast iron. Like
He's a
I'm the guy who'll
snob with his
I'll
cast
go to
irons.
Goodwill and I'll grab the cast iron that's
That's
there
right.
and then I'll refurbish it. And
This is a
stuff.
good move.
So good.
You should see how far I can throw those to the landfill.
Dude, you get a lot of cast irons?
Oh yeah.
We need to connect.
He's gonna have like a cast iron consignment store, just cast iron.
Dude,
Noah's cast iron consignment.
Noah's
we
cast
go.
iron, bro. Dude, it's just
Noah
the
Incorporated.
polymerization of it, dude, with oil and stuff makes a nonstick
Here we go.
surface. Oh, dude, it's
About to have a
so-
science class.
And that just makes me think, because me and my wife, her name's Noemi, mine's Noah, and everybody calls us the No-Nos. I was like,
Dude,
that-
that's my nickname. That's
that is
crazy.
that definitely could be like two Noahs, like the No-Nos consignment. Like sounds
no
kinda-
nose cast. Yeah, it's all good. We are too, but
Yeah.
trying to get those views.
Yeah.
So what's the long term plan with Summer Breeze?
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot what it was. Went brain dead for a second.
No worries. I mean, realistically, I've always had the plan of like, look, I've never wanted to be like a 15 crew type guy. If max, I'd want like 5 trucks, like 10 guys that I can really grow with. My goal is to just be that family-owned business, and then because if it's a smaller business, dude, I'll be able to afford to be able to take my guys out to Hawaii and do like retreats and just do fun stuff like that, and
That's
make sure that
sick.
their families are fed. Be able to do just like cool like events with one another, and be like, hey, you know, I kind of want to give it that church feel, really, being like everybody knows
Yeah.
each other. All the kids can actually like, be like, yeah. Me and my dad work for a junk company, and that's how we know each other. That would be the dream for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Community and being able to provide for other families would be just a phenomenal dream for me.
Hmm.
That's cool.
And it'd just be different, you know. And like with me, there's always stories. Like, so, you know, with junk removal, the stories are always gonna come.
Mhm.
They're always gonna come, and that's where like I'm still friends with people that even when I didn't own my own business, 8 years ago. Even before that, like we all have good stories with each other. We're like, dude, do you remember when we were working at that one job and blah blah blah? Like,
Yeah.
I met one of like the news guys on 15 News, Mark something. He's got the big mustache. He's been on the news like longer than I've been alive.
Mhm.
And like literally, you just never knew who you were gonna roll upon, because it
Yeah.
was like he was just getting rid of like a projector TV. And I'm like, dude, like this guy's like basically a celebrity in Arizona. Like he's literally been like on the news forever. Like I've got a picture with him, and I was working for a large franchise then, but you just never know. And like
That's crazy.
the name under the job was under his wife, so you would have
Mm.
never knew. You just roll up and you're like, now he's coming out, and we're like, no way. And like this dude who I worked with was like 50, and he was like, no, like this is awesome. And like, and I'm like, bro, play it cool. I'm like, sup, Mark, how you doing? Like as if he's like my neighbor, you know. And I'm like, man, I've been watching this guy on the news for like 10 years, because I couldn't really watch the news at that point because I was crawling. But you just never know. Junk removal's got a lot of surprises for you, and some people take advantage of it. They're like, I just want to get in the job, get around it, and just make my money. But I'm like, bro, like junk removal is so much more than that. It's about building a relationship with your customers, because like they're gonna have kids, and unfortunately, when they pass away, you know, I would rather have someone be like, man, my mom used to rave about you. Like you used to like just help her out. You do her weeds, like you helped her move her couch from one room to the other. Like sometimes I'll do small jobs like that just because I'm like, hey, if Barbara needs help, let's go out and help Barbara. Like she's gonna call someone that's gonna charge her like an extreme amount, like $500. Like I'll come out there. I have a minimum. You're looking at like 95 to 150 for my hour. I'll move it around. And sometimes it's like if they're on limited income, sometimes I'm willing to work with that. I'm not gonna say I'd like to be cheap, but sometimes being born and raised Mesa AZ. I'd rather be the guy that represents what that's supposed to be and be that small hometown feel guy and be like, hey, Barbara's like, look, like I'm stressing out, like I spent all this money, my husband just died, and I don't know if I can afford to pay 150 because I'm only getting $1,200 a month, like I'm on limited income, like that's kind of tight for me. I'm like, $75, I'll come move your couch. Like, don't worry about it. Like, as long as you tell your neighbors about me, that's what makes me happy. Making sure I'm saving you money and making sure that everybody knows that the friendly junk guy, Summer Breeze, is gonna be there. So, Summer Breeze, we make it a breeze for you, bro. And that's what it's about.
Let's go.
That's what
Let's
it's
go.
about.
You stick that magnet on their fridge, so when their junk floor level starts to rise, it's the only thing they can see.
That's right. That way the breeze can get back in there.
Hey, there we go. I can breathe a little bit. Bro, have you ever done? Do you have a story about like there was I just saw a video on this, but every once in a while there's like some lady who gets like animal crazy and she just starts like hoarding animals basically.
Boy, do I got stories for you on that one.
You talking about my grandma?
Yes.
Grandma needs to call me.
She lives in like between Anthem and what's that one city right above Anthem?
Like Black Canyon or?
Yeah, she lives way out there, dude.
Don't worry, I'll take care of her.
You'll go out there?
Of course.
Well, I might need it,
If
dude.
if it's a big job, I go
Well,
with.
it's a big job, but no money. She's on Social Security, and she's real mad that Biden's no longer there.
Howard, don't call me then.
Yeah, she'll be like, 50 bucks.
Yeah, I get a lot of that too. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's not 1950 anymore. It does cost a little bit more than that.
Like, I'm hauling a trailer and a truck. Just do the math on gas.
Yeah,
Have
exactly.
you seen diesel prices?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, your logo is a Ford Ranger, and you drive a Chevy.
Yeah, I don't drive Fords. Let's make that clear.
Okay, but what's
Shots
with
fired.
this Ford logo?
It was cheap, just like a Ford.
Actually, dude, that's crazy you say that because one of the things we harp on is because we're website designers, right? And
Right.
like we talk to new business owners all the time, and I can't tell you how many business owners I've talked to who are like, "Hey man, like, hold on, I'm tweaking my website for the 197th time. Like, can you just update it on the website?" And I'm like, "Cool, bro. How many sales have you got this month?" Like, I'm gonna get to it once I tweak my logo for the 2000th time here. It's like, bro, people be doing that, and like all we're talking about is the jobs and the stories and the customers and the sales. Like, that's what we do. That's all we talk about. We care
Money
less
activities?
about our logo. Like, yeah, a logo is important, and you have to have one, but like, make it. Move on. Doesn't matter.
Right.
That's a perfect example. You don't even drive a car that's in your logo.
No, what matters is the face of me waving or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's something your old lady's gonna your grandma's gonna look at and be like, "Wow, he looks really nice. That looks really fun. Like,
Yep.
he looks like a fun guy." And I'm like, I am.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna talk to you, ask you where you retire from, and remove your junk at the same time. And sometimes that's all they really want. A lot of old people just hire people just because like they need someone to talk to because
Lonely.
their kids just don't talk to them. They're kind of like, man, like they're just lonely, bro. And it's funny because they'll talk forever. The minute I open that door, sometimes I have to digress. And I'm like, hey, I gotta go.
You're getting charged hourly
I'm
right
like,
now.
yeah. I'm like, man, like I know you're lonely. Like, call me again, find something else to remove, and we'll talk again. You know. But a lot of times, you know, that's just what it is. And I'm always one to give them a little bit of my attention, and they love it. And that's where a lot of them like rave for me. They're like, he's just so nice. And he's willing to talk, and
Yeah.
that's where I get the saying of like, I'm not your plumber. I feel like everybody thinks of a plumber as like the guy who just comes in, replaces your pipe, and is like, I'm out, deuces, you know. And
Yeah.
that's not me. That's where I'm like, I'm not gonna come here. I'm not gonna be super sales pitchy. I'm gonna tell you like what it's gonna cost, what's gonna cost me, what's real, what's not, and be like, you know, that's it. And then also make a relationship with you and make sure that you don't think I'm just trying to here to make a paycheck and get out and be like, thanks for your money, bye. You know,
Yeah.
I'm here to be like, hey, my name's Noah. What's your name? Awesome. Where did you retire from? That's sick. Like, that's awesome. I appreciate you doing that. Like, oh, you're a retired vet. Thank you for your service. Like, that's legit. I appreciate that. That's a hard thing to do. And sometimes like they're just not doing well. And like you leave and you're like, man, they deserve better than that. You know, that's the kind of, that's the type of guy that I am. But I want to go back to what you said about the animal hoarding.
Bro's been brooding, dude.
Yeah,
Got a story.
Those are some like my famous stories.
The zebra, dude, you wouldn't believe.
Because the real problem about hoarding is it's actually a spending habit. It's actually what it is. It's a spending addiction.
Really?
That's what hoarding really is. People are like, man, they just like stuff, and it's like, well, you can't get stuff unless you like to spend. So they're filling in a void with spending, and
Okay.
a lot of times they're spending it on animals. Sometimes they're spending it on just stuff. Sometimes it's both. In the case that I'm about to talk about, this is both. Where this house was built in '08 and it looked like it was built in 1997, like or possibly like in the 80s or 90s. Like it just looked incredibly old because she had so many cats that about 2 feet from every floor or from the baseboard to the wall was rotten. It was all like falling apart from cats spraying.
Oh, that's so gnarly.
And like it was one of the first houses I actually were doing that was like that. And like the smell was so strong.
Feral, dude.
Dude, you could taste the sourness.
Oh,
it was just directly on your tongue. Like it was so sour. I mean, it was just bitter sour. It was like, man, like when I'm doing like yards and I do like weeds, like it's funny because I don't even care when they get in my mouth anymore because I'm like, man, I've been in houses so much worse than this. Like, because that's kind of like what you get from weeds. Like, it's kind of like bitter sour. Yeah. But this one was so bad where like I had to buy a respirator. I was like, man, like we all have to get respirators, like heavy set respirators. And even at that, it was like, you could still kind of get a little whiff of it. But
you didn't have a couple of N95s laying around from, last couple of years.
Man. I kept thinking like how many gas masks have I thrown away this year? Like I probably needed it for this house because it was terrible. And they owned the house, but the city was actually like about to like evict them because the house was so rancid of just pee and just all kinds of other stuff. But in the backyard, man, there was like so many cats, like just so many cats. Like I remember there was like this recliner, like your grandma's little recliner, not like your big lazy boy, not your big ones, like your really small little Rocky, like Rocky my baby recliner. And we kept tipping it over, and like there were like just cats just kept coming out. I counted 12 cats. Like it looked like it could have fit like 5 cats, but like 12 cats came out of this thing, and like they're just jumping over the wall. Like I feel like after that,
it was just a coyote.
I feel like everybody in the neighborhood had a cat after I moved that chair. Like I was like, dude, this is so many. And like you would like remove a piece of furniture, and you could tell from monsoon storms that things were falling over, and you would see like a cat like completely stretched out, like like just screaming. You just like been moving that stuff, and you just look at your bro and be like, you didn't need to go out like that. That's terrible. Like, homie died screaming like from a bookshelf.
What a way to go!
Bro, like, it was terrible.
You're like, crazy cat lady, you didn't recognize Timmy was gone?
You didn't hear nothing? Like, man,
like
there were so many though. I think she had inside like 15 cats, and then like outside she just didn't know because they just kept breeding. They just kept having kittens out there because we ended up finding like a dozen kittens out there. And excuse me, that was kind of like a rough aspect of the job because like they're like, well, we don't want them, and we're like, we're just the junk guys. Like, we can't take these cats in for you. And
well, dumb doesn't accept cats.
Dude.
Did you leave an anonymous tip at the local pound?
We ended up telling them like, hey, like I found all the information that they needed for the shelter, and I'm like, hey, this is who you need to call. They'll come pick them up. Like, make sure they get a good home. Like, this cat over here has got like an eye infection. Like close shut. And I'm like, man, these cats are so much better. It's like, you got to get past. They don't really think about the impact that they're doing on other people and the animals that they have when they're going through this stuff. A lot of times they're just like, I just need more stuff. I just need more cats. And it's like, I love it when they say that. They're like, oh, I love my animals. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. If you loved your animals, you get them the hell out of here because they should not be living like this. This is terrible. And like, man, that's like the aspect of it. Like, you just think of a junk guy who's just like, doesn't really care, like he just wants to get the junk out. But it's like we're like leaving the houses, we're like, dude, like they didn't need to live like that, the animals didn't need to live like that. Like we're like thinking about this stuff, and like, man, it's just terrible. And we're like sympathizing for them. And sometimes I reach out, I'm like, hey, like, is everything going well? Like, just want to make sure we're not accumulating more stuff again. And they're always like, yeah, actually we did kind of accumulate more stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll come out there let's get out there before it starts getting bad. This isn't me trying to make more money off you. This is me trying to make sure the city's not calling you again.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, and like they're like, I try to be real with them. I'm like, I'm as transparent as I can be. Like, and then old people are always telling me like, man, like you're very like old souled or whatnot, and like people say that all the time. But I'm like, yeah, my generation isn't really sympathetic anymore.
Yeah.
We're very like, that's your problem. Deal with it. Find it out. Call someone on Google.
Yep.
But I'm very like, no, it doesn't need to be like that. Like I'm the funny junk guy. This is my hometown. This is why I started my business, because I was working for a big franchise that was owned by Californians, and they wanted me to upsell some old lady that was like told 99 over the phone. Now she's being told she needs to charge me $250 because the free on fee. Plus she's like, she didn't say that it was a long walk. Plus she didn't say that the door was too small for the fridge, so now we have to cut it. And it's like, yes, like I do have to upscale, or I do have to charge for stuff like that. I'm like, hey, this isn't gonna fit. I have to cut the refrigerator, so it's gonna go from 99 to like 150. Yes, but when it's just like super simple, and the old lady's like, well, the company that I was working for, like, well, we need to charge her like 300 or 350, and I'm like, okay, like I get that, I get your expense, but Barbara's like, she barely has any food in her fridge right now because she's on limited income. She's not getting her husband's checks anymore because her husband died. So, like, we can't be a little graceful here. And they're like, no, go to the next job. And I'm like, I like hang that phone up. I'm like, screw him. Like, no way, dog. I'm not leaving this girl. I'm not leaving this woman in this scenario.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling her like, hey, they told you 99 for the phone. That's fine. Hey, are you cool with me taking off your slider door? This is a mobile home. They come off really easy. And it's just tricks of the trade. I just know these things now. I'm like, they literally just like fall off. I mean, they're easy.
Yeah.
So I pull it out, I'm like, long walk, 99. She's like, man, you're so great. You're awesome. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't need praise for doing my job. And to be the citizen that I need to be, and the guy that I want to be is to be, have a serving heart and knowing that I've got your back. And just because you're in a scenario doesn't mean you should have to sit here and like twiddle your thumbs like, well, what do I do now? Like junk removal should be a solution, not another problem. And that's where with my company, it's so much different than that. Cause like a lot of these guys are just like, well, it's going to be this amount because it's a little tougher. And like, yeah, sometimes that's the case, but sometimes they kind of use that as an excuse to really like gouge somebody in the corner and be like, kind of push them in that corner. Kind of like when you're like in car sales or whatever, you're like, all right, well, they need a car, oh, they need to get this junk done. Barbara's not going to lift this stuff up. Her husband's gone. Nobody lives around here. What is she going to do? And then this is where a lot of the guys play the game. And I'm like, I get it. I've been that guy once. I've been trying to, I was filling somebody else's dream, being praised. My old nickname used to be Boat, and they used to call me Overquote or Boater. And it's because I was so good at overquoting. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, man, like you're gonna charge them this amount, and you're gonna make sure like you're gouging them. Well, they're not gonna call you back. They're gonna go. They're actually gonna come back. They're gonna do the junk game, and they're gonna find somebody else. They're gonna find someone that's gonna be cheaper. Regardless, like I'm a big believer, like you're gonna get what you pay for sure.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna call you, even though you did a great job, because they're like they didn't care about me. They just wanted my money.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like what can I do in my business to make that different? I'm like, compromise when I can, charge what I can in the right situations. I'm in Scottsdale. Homeowner's like, hey, I need this gone. I'd be like, okay, like I'll probably like go like 2 load rates up, and like the guy's like, that's it. I'm like, yeah. You're like, get rid of it. Half the time they don't even ask me anymore. They're just like, yeah, whatever it is. But if I'm in Mesa or Apache Junction, this old lady can't even like get out to do the quote because she's like struggling to walk. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna assume she's already like a medical bill is like up to her throat. House is rough. It's probably gonna sell for like 200,000 because it's rough, and if she's moving out, I mean, this place isn't worth anything anyway. So it's gonna be completely gutted. So I might as well just cut her a deal. I'm gonna give her standard price. She's gonna be like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, this is my cost. This is what's gonna cost me. She's still like, well, I can't pay that. Like, not because I don't want to devalue your service, but that's just not my budget. Like, I'm struggling. I'm like, okay, well, what would be your budget? She tells me I'll meet her in the middle or at it, get it done, and then that's just kind of what makes me different. Otherwise, most guys would just walk away and be like, "Well, it sucks for her.
Mm-hmm.
Bye." You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, you don't know who she knows.
Yep.
For all you know, her son's like really wealthy and lives in Scottsdale,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna be like, "Hey, I know this guy. He's really great. Um, he was kind of pricey for me, but he's not gonna be pricey for you, or you never know what that conversation is gonna be like."
Yeah.
But and that's like, it goes a long way.
It's relationship building. It's 100% what it is.
Client retention.
Dude,
Mhm.
it's crazy you say this. We very much recently have experienced this exact same thing, and we've kind of always been like this, but we've made a push just recently to have ultra transparency in what we do, because it, like, anyone could go out there and get a truck, get a
Mhm.
trailer, and start removing this junk on their own.
Right.
Do they have the expertise, the experience, and everything that you know how to do? No.
Mhm.
Like, can they cut a fridge in half? No. The average person does not know how to do that.
Yeah.
And will they have to? Maybe they will for their job. And so it's like, with service-based businesses, yeah, anybody could do it, but the convenience of having somebody there who can already do it and has transparency in human services, man. Because
Mhm.
AI is taking over in a lot of the ways where it makes sense. I don't think AI is going to take over junk removal anytime soon.
I would love to see it.
I don't know
Just
how it
kidding. No, I
could.
wouldn't.
We have this debate all the time, and he's always like, "Oh, it will eventually get there. Robots will do this," and I'm
I
like,
mean,
I'll be
no
shooting them
way.
down before it gets to that point.
Bro, Terminator is gonna be going down, dude. This
That's
is
but the point in all of this is, like, you have the transparency, right? Because it takes humans to do it. It's a human service
Mhm.
business. By having that transparency instead of just upcharging them just to get the job done the one time, it's almost like there's junk guys out there who are like, there's gonna be that one chance where I can charge this lady like 10 grand to do this whole house or whatever it is, and just upcharge them like crazy. But it's
Right.
like, hoarders stick together. So they probably know other hoarders
Mhm.
or just normal junk people that have trash. Like, they all have friends who also have
Right.
trash and are moving and doing things, and or moving out or going to a new rental house or buying another house or whatever.
Right.
Or
One
realtors.
one of my biggest goals when I started my business was that I was like, I want to see if I'm truly good at what I do, I'll be able to run off of referrals. I was like, I think that's the most gangster thing anybody could think
Yes.
about. I was like,
Yes.
I'm gonna see if I do this. So for the first 2 years, and I'm only in my third year. For the first 2 years, I was like, I'm not gonna spend anything on marketing, none, zero.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, if I do, it's gonna be like flyers. I'm gonna do door to door. I'm gonna go like straight up boots
There
on the
you go.
ground, like
Love it.
let's get gritty, like let's do it. And I was like, and I knew this was like unheard of. I'm like, this is stupid because like the first business I ran was like, or I helped run with my buddy, was like, it was all online marketing. We got so busy that we had to start selling leads. But I was like, you know what? I want to see if I got it in me to be like, hey, let me do referral based. I'm gonna literally go to every single networking event because I never saw him do that. And I was like, man, why don't you do new marketing? He was like, I'll just spend money on Google. And I'm like, you're lazy. Get out
Mhm.
there, like
Mhm.
build relationships. That's what I do best. And so the first year, every single, I think 5 days out of the week, I was at a networking event, whether it was like a mixer, public mixer, whatever it was. Just found it. I mean, I've got stories on that too, but and I
some
was,
different type of mixers out there.
yeah, there's one specifically that was pretty crazy.
You're like, oh, this is actually a swinging event.
It was not a networking event. Yeah, it was definitely not. It was pretty weird. But I was like going, and I was like, I'm gonna go do networking events, do flyers, and do everything I can without spending a ton of money on marketing. One, I'm a new business. I can't afford it anyway. I'm like, I got like $2,000 in my account. Yeah, and I just spent it all on my truck and my trailer. So we got to do what we got to do. And I'm not
Mhm.
gonna sit there and be like, well, I'll just work a part-time job. And I'm an all-in guy. I'm like, you either do it or you don't. You either want it or you don't. So let's do this. So, and for the first 2 years, I mean, that's literally what I built my business on. All relationships. Everybody who I use when I first started my business, when I like literally just had a truck, no trailer, still called me and they're like, dude, like you got like a 16-foot trailer now, like a lifted truck. I'm like, yeah, this is one of 2 trucks now. I've got 2 trailers. They're like, dude, that's awesome. And I have to like, as an entrepreneur, you always forget how far you've come. You get so spoiled, you know. Like, I was working a part-time job at this pizza place, and I was doing it just kind of humble myself. Be like, man, like so glad I'm not here anymore. Like I was here when I was like 19 while I was doing junk removal, and I'm like, this sucks. This sucks. But I'm like, man, I'm so grateful to have my business and to be able to say like, man, I have done it and I'm doing it, and to remind myself how far I've come. And it's just it's a phenomenal experience, and it's something that I wish everybody could experience, to be like, man, it's so uplifting to be like, I put in the work, I put my boots on the ground, and here I am running my own business, and I risked it all. I mean, if you ask my wife, like, should I start the business? She probably been like, yeah, it was really bad timing, but it's always gonna be bad timing. Is what I was always
Yep.
telling her. I'm like,
So true.
I'm like, you're always gonna make an excuse, like, this is bad timing. Oh yeah, I've got no kids, and I'm like, bro, I got to do this now.
Mhm.
Who am I gonna be to tell my kids like, well, I was gonna start my own business? Like, I'd be like, Dad, you're a loser. That's what I would tell myself if I was that kid. I'm like, you're a loser, Dad. You should have went for it. And I'm like, yeah, I should have. Am I really gonna regret that? Yeah, I am. And so I made sure, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be the man. If I fail, I fail. At least I say I tried. I tried. At least I try to do it. But here I am 3 years. I have my own brand. I've got 2 trucks. I've got 2 trailers. I'm paying bills. My wife works hard, and the goal is to get her out of her full-time job and to hire her as a phone girl and to have an office and whatnot and get her on full-time. But it's just and those are building blocks. Those are just new uncomfortable steps. The worst thing we can do for ourselves is to stay uncomfortable.
Yep.
But
100%. I love that, dude. So you did the door-to-door side?
Still do sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes I like it. Sometimes I'm like, man, it's nice to be outside, especially in this weather. I'm like, man, I'm like waiting for that call, like, hey, there's no soliciting. Don't put it on my door. I'm like, I'm not selling anything. I'm offering you a service.
Hey.
So let's start that conversation, right? What do you need?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
I'm selling no soliciting.
Dude, every single time I encounter a home service business, I always tell them, like, you're going to go to a house and you're going to do a service. Go knock the neighbors' doors. Like, it takes 20 seconds. They're probably not even home. So literally 20 seconds. And if you do that for every single job, you're guaranteed to get at least 1 sale a week. Because be like, I'm literally removing your neighbor's couch. I know that you have shit at your house that also needs to go to the dump that you haven't done yet. Let me know.
I call it my version of poaching is like I drive down the neighborhood and I'm so good at seeing drunk. I can see through the cracks of your gate. Like I don't even have to like walk. I can just drive and like, oh, I can see all those boxes like just through like that 1 second through the gate. I'm like, man, I'm so good at this. Like I get so cocky about it. I'm like, man, like I am a junk pro.
I'm a junkie.
All right, so do you want to hear the biggest like marketing tech tip when it comes to door-to-door knocking?
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing. I told this to some friends of mine actually that have the office here who've knocked hundreds of thousands of doors, and they've never even used this tip. So, okay. So when you're knocking doors, right, you have conversations with people. You have leave behinds, right? They'll say like, oh, like I actually do have some junk, but I'm really busy right now in the middle of dinner. Like I can't talk right now. Can you leave a card? Half of them say that because they just want you to leave.
Right.
Half of them actually want a card. But in doing so, and all of them probably have junk.
Yeah.
So when you leave a card, they're not going to use it. They're not going to look at it. It's going to go in the trash, whatever.
Right.
It's going to go in the pile of junk.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can do, we were talking about pixels earlier, is you can have a QR code, no cards, QR code on the back of your phone or your guy's phone. You can say, oh, yeah, it's a digital card. Go ahead and pull out your phone, scan this real quick. The ones that didn't want to talk to you anyways and just wanted you to leave won't scan it, and they'll just let you leave, and that's fine. The ones that actually did want some information will scan it. They'll go to a website that gets pixeled. Once they're pixeled, your ad cost for running retargeting campaigns on Facebook drops by like 10x. So your cost to retarget them. So what does that equate to? So now when you're knocking doors, the people that actually wanted your service are going to see the friendly junk guy once. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm in the middle of something. Let's talk later. And then they scan the QR code. Now, for the next 30 days on Facebook, they're going to see your ads in your face of the neighborhood-friendly junk guy.
Bro, that's sick.
They're going to think you have a massive business.
Bro, that's sick.
Pretty crazy.
That was probably one of the dopest things I've seen in a while.
Isn't that wild?
That is really cool.
Yeah. And it's so simple to do. Right, Noah?
Oh, yeah. I do it every day.
I'm the nerd on the team here, so I'm the guy that builds all that shit.
Yeah, I sell deals. That's about it.
I'm
Well,
the
actually,
only
Curtis is.
27-year-old you'll ever meet where I'm like, I'd rather like handwrite a receipt than email one.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm really old school like that.
I can't stand technology. I'm like, man, I literally sound like somebody's 70-year-old grandpa most of the time.
Hey,
Like,
those are our favorite clients because they're like, hey, we don't know how to do shit. And they're like, well, this guy knows how to do everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we'll do that.
they're like, you still take checks? I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You're like, I prefer cash.
Yeah, that's right. Uncle Sam doesn't need to know shit.
What's a check?
So what's a client that you do not want?
Yeah, so this part of the podcast is what we call the anti-pitch. And so obviously we clip a whole bunch of the podcast up, and we'll clip some of this up for you. You can use in your socials. But the anti-pitch is that exact question. It's like, preach to the person you don't want to call you so that they don't call you. And the people that do want to call you will hear that, and they'll be like, oh, that's not me, so I should call you.
Mm-hmm.
Good pitch.
I say, realistically, the type of clientele that I don't want is really gonna be a person that doesn't see my value.
Mm.
I mean, that can be anybody.
Yeah.
Don't call me because you want something that's cheap that's gonna cost you $50. I'm sorry, I have people to feed. I've got bills to pay. Don't devalue me and my expertise. I might look like I'm 15 years old, but bro, I'm almost 30 years old, and I've been doing this for 10 years, and I should be charging people for my expertise and for my experience. And just because you think I'm some guy in a truck and trailer doesn't mean I am. I'm a legit business owner. I'm a legit guy with real experience. I'm a good husband, a good friend, and a good brother. So I want to make sure that you're taken care of. If you don't want to take care of me, I'm not going to take care of you. Simple as that. I'm a real nice guy till you make me that I'm not. Don't take my kindness for weakness, you know? And I'm like a really nice guy. I got a real good servant heart. I'm that guy that's like, if I'm doing somebody's yard and this person's like, some old dude's like, hey, $50 if you take this freezer, I'll be like, yeah, because I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
But you're not costing me anything. So you're just going to $50 that's in my pocket real quick. That's okay. I'll do your fridge. But you're going to call me on Google and say 50 or $95, that's crazy. And I'm like, the minimum standard is 120 and I'm 95. You're getting a pretty screaming deal. And I'm the one loading it, disposing of it, and unloading it. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, don't call me. Straight up.
Yep.
Call that dude down the street that isn't insured, isn't paying for real insurance, isn't paying for commercial insurance. Like, he's gonna, like, you know, for all you know, he's just gonna dump it in the desert. You better hope your mail isn't still stuck on that thing.
Or trip and fall on your property and then sue you.
Exactly. So it's like, dude, like, you're gonna get what you pay for.
Yep.
You're gonna pay for sketchiness. Go ahead,
Yep.
pay for sketchiness.
Straight up.
I tell people all the time, I'm all about the hustle. I'm all about, trying to start a business. But when I see junk removal signs and it says junk removal and it has a number on it, I couldn't tell you how many times that I'm picking up the slack off of these guys. Because then they go, they tell the person they're gonna pick up half of the they're gonna pick up all the stuff, and they leave half of it, and you don't have a name or a brand to call. You're like, this was just John's junk removal. And he doesn't have a website, doesn't have a brand. All it said was junk removal. All you put down was junk guy and a number.
Yep.
And now you're like, now I have to call another company to get rid of half of the stuff that he already charged me $350 for, which was supposed to be all of it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, realistically, this is an eighth of a load. You should have been paying like max $250 to $200. That's industry standard pricing. I've been there. I know all the pricing around range, commercial or franchise pricing and non-franchise pricing. And now they're like, man, I wish I would have called you. I'm like, yeah. I was like, because what are you gonna do? All he has to do is block. Bye. You can't go in his Google profile, put a bad review, and be like, this guy screwed me over. I do. I have everything to lose.
Yep.
I have a reputation to actually maintain. So you call me, you call Summer Breeze. When you see my signs on the side of the road, you see my logo, you see Summer Breeze junk removal, and then you have my number. Well, now when you call me, you're like, oh, cool. This guy did a great job. Look up Summer Breeze junk removal. Boom. Okay. There's my reviews. I've got 100 plus 5-star reviews. Not
120.
not one single 1-star review.
Yep.
And that's because, I've got a lot of integrity and pride in what I do.
Yeah.
That's why I'm your friendly junk guy. And if anytime somebody's like not feeling it and they're like, for whatever reason, they're like, I just feel like you overcharged me. And I'm like, let's call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Let's see. Let's see how much they want to charge you.
Like, hey, do you want to put out a mortgage payment?
And then let's see what they tell you over the phone, and let's see what they tell you when they get here.
They're gonna impound your junk and charge
You
you
know.
monthly for it.
Basically,
Subscription fees, man.
And I'll give 1-800-GOT-JUNK all the credit they deserve. They established the industry. They are like the kings of doing it. They're the
They're
ones.
not even just here, all over, bro.
Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest, that was 1-800-JUNK. They're up there too. They're all
Right.
over, bro.
Same thing happens when you start when your company gets nationwide like that. You just lose the family feel. You just lose the integrity. These guys become 9-to-5 guys who don't really care, who kind of start. When you work 9-to-5, you just stop liking what you do. And most of the time, I people will call them and me at the same time, and I walk up and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And like these guys already know they lost. They're like, "Oh, great! Like this guy's gonna be way cheaper." And I'm like, "That's not my goal. My goal is to make sure they're being, they're just treated the way they need to be treated and charged what they need to charge."
Yeah.
You guys are like, you guys are incentive driven. They're gonna be like, "Hey, upscale, upcharge. Give them a surcharge, every surcharge you can."
Yeah.
When I worked for a big franchise, there was regular pricing, and then there was a whole other page for surcharging, and there was more surcharges that you could add on than there was actual load rates.
Yeah.
And I get it. There's sometimes it's like, yo, if you're gonna make me go up 8 stories to get your refrigerator, it's gonna take me like an hour and a half for whatever reason, because I gotta sit there and wait for people all to get in and get out of the escalator, and it's a little bit more work. So it's gonna be like $150, sometimes $200, depending on where you're at and how hard it is to get out, because those things count.
Yeah. Which that's a great point about the size of the company, because a lot of people think like, oh, like you get what you pay for. So if it's a big company, I'm gonna get way better service. It's a totally different flip when it comes to these service-based businesses. Because if you're a service-based business, your greatest asset is you, because you have that personalized touch. You are their account manager. You are their personalized rep that they get to work with.
Right.
And in your case, you're the owner. So it's like, hey, if something's wrong about the company, you don't have to go talk to manager and then managers talk to the director and doctors direct to VP, like go this chain of command. It's like, no, you're talking to the owner. So if something's wrong with this whole operation, not only is it going to get fixed quickly because you're talking to me, but like, here's my cell phone or here's like my email or whatever. It's like, you get to talk to me directly.
Right.
That experience, that elevated like customer, client experience is way higher than just going to some large company.
Right.
Which is, if you're a small business owner, you have all you need is to get in front of these clients, and your close rate's going to go through the roof. Because the only reason why you're losing is because they're spending more money in marketing, and they're spending more money getting in front of these people, and they're just more available.
Yeah.
But you'll win way more deals just by being there, because regardless if they send 3 reps to their house, like you said, you show up and you say, hey, it's me, I'm the owner.
Yeah.
I'll give you a better experience. And what's great is I don't have so much overhead where I have to pay 3 reps to come to your house and quote you for this.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to get a better deal, a better experience. I will crush the competition.
Right.
So every service-based business owner that's watching this, like that's your key. That's your secret sauce, man.
Exactly.
And for the service-based businesses who do want to scale, because you could start as a family business and you could grow to the point where you have managers. The question becomes, how do you keep that family feel where you actually have leadway to help people? And it's crazy, because I've coached over 2,000 business owners in the last handful of years, and many of them are mom and pop shops. Many of them will and have grown to the point where they have a director of operations or a couple managers, and then they have their providers, whatever the business is. But the way you do it is a generosity budget. Oh, it's so simple, man. What it is it's business owners that are white knuckling their steering wheel, and they just won't let go because they just want to be that guy in that driver's seat. And it's like, man, if you actually want to scale your business, I'm not saying you have to be the industry leader or the super big corporate that treats everybody like a number.
Yeah.
But it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a numbers game. So you need to know your numbers. You need to have them. And the best way to do this is the best of both worlds. Give your managers some leadway. Give them a freaking generosity budget.
Yeah.
Like, you've done jobs for free and know it because you've probably messed up when you were in the early days. And
You've bought donuts for clients.
Not me.
But you don't now. And if you ever were to, you'd probably do the job for free. You just don't have to because you're so experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people would expect from a business. It's like, oh, shoot, like he did mess up. He gave it to me for free. Would you hire that guy again? 100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you pay him full price happily.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
And
they
you
write
refer them.
they write a 1-star review, and then it's not just a big franchise that just eats it. Like, you message them and say, hey, why was this a 1-star review? How can I
Yeah.
make this up to you?
Right.
And you have that personalized touch, that outreach. That right there will instantly help your Google ratings.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the negative Google review pitch, which is some of the best marketing on Google Business Profile is your first 1-star review, which is you just respond to it and you just say, here's what we did. Here's why I couldn't help you.
Yeah.
Here's why I did everything in my power to literally offer the best service possible. And
Right.
everyone that scrolls to read those are going to be like, wow, this guy's great. And then they will use you and call and contact you because of that 1-star review.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the greatest thing.
You need to start collecting those, my guy.
Dude.
1-star reviews.
Yeah,
I'll give you one right now.
Only 1-star reviews I receive are when the scammers that people are just like they'll do like 10 in a row.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's where I do love the junk rule industry is you'll get like 3 calls from other junk companies. You're like, hey, did you get like 8 1-star reviews in like 10 minutes right now? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, me too. I'm like, I don't even know who any of these people are. I'm like, dude, like, no clue. Half the time they're like talking about like, he went in and picked up my dumpster, and I'm like, bro, I don't even have a dumpster. Like, this is crazy. And we'll actually like, work together and get those down together. And we're like, hey, like, this isn't legit. Like, we need to work together, and we'll do that. And they all get taken down eventually because Google's like, yeah, these accounts are flagged like
Google's
8 times.
They're getting a lot better at that. They just implemented some AI stuff that like detects it early on. So hopefully it's going to be a thing of the past, but we'll see where it goes.
It used to be a pain, yeah.
Yeah,
It really used to be.
You can tell Josh is a nerd because he just knew that on hand.
Okay, so we're going to do something here that you're going to probably hate doing.
All right.
And I'm going to explain it to you. This is the last thing before we wrap up the podcast. So we did the anti-pitch, which is probably something you didn't like necessarily doing either. This is going to be way worse. So we're going to talk about the people who have junk, what they should have done and should do going forward so that they don't have to call you and pay you hundreds of dollars.
I tell people this day in, day out.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't hate this, man. He said it like 8 times.
Try to make me feel uncomfortable, and I'll turn it around on you.
Okay, what are those tips, man? Like, how do you not accumulate the junk? What do you got to be doing?
So what I tell people all the time is when you start accumulating, first of all, don't think that you're gonna put this stuff in your trash can bit by bit.
Yeah.
Number one thing I always say, well, we thought we would just put it bit by bit and then start going in there. Like, why do you think it's not in the first place? Because you use it for your regular trash that takes up all the space.
Like, bro, look at the trash. Look at your trash can.
You're never gonna get that stuff in that trash can. I'm guaranteed right there.
Oh, I've actually done that before because I'm like that guy.
He has a Sawzall.
I have a Sawzall or a skill saw.
You're like 1 in a million, dog.
Exactly. So if
Dude.
you're that guy, don't call.
Bro, I can just imagine
Officially the cheapest guy I've ever met.
the waste management guys just open that and like, what the heck, dude?
There's a fridge in here.
I'll do it, bro.
As a drunk guy, we would have looked at him like, they actually did it. They actually did it. But
Looking for a
yeah,
job?
but yeah, I mean, as far as like what not to do, I mean, your options are limited. If you don't have a truck and you're gonna buy a couch, first of all, I'm a big Ashley furniture guy. Seems like those couches last forever. Whatever.
Unless you're my wife.
Yeah. Was she like 300 pounds? What's going on here?
No, she's just a perfectionist.
She has a Pinterest account. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. But I mean, yeah, so as far as like getting rid of stuff, yeah, your best option is just to like keep up on it. Like, don't let it stack up. Don't think you're gonna like, well, I'll just wait till we get a bunch of it and get it done. Like, no, like nip it in the butt right away. Get rid of it. Donation centers are a great place. They do charge to pick up. Hence why junk removal has boomed in the last few years too. They used to be free. They are not. And most of the time they'll tell you, we'll come pick it up. They're like, yeah. And if they are free, they'll come up and be like, yeah, this isn't donatable. We're not going to take this. That's because the guys are lazy and they don't want to pick it up. They're like, we just want to go to the next job and do this over and over again and get paid while we're saying no. But I mean, yeah, you just got to keep up on it. Like, really, like when it comes to your lawn maintenance, keep up on it. Don't be mad at me because you decided to slack on it and now you're paying me. That's always the case. Ladies, your husband says I'll do it tomorrow. He's not. Make him do it that day. Literally throw out the card. Be like, hey, if you don't get this done today, whatever he holds dearly to his heart, take it away that day. Because he's not going to get it done. That's half the time. Half of my customers are either old ladies or just wives in general, waiting for their husband not to be at home. And you don't want a handsome guy like me in your home when your wife's not there. Just saying. I got a wife, but that's not what I want. I don't want a handsome guy walking in because I decided not to get rid of my couch, So, but that's really what it is, though. It's like a lot of times, like the guys are just like, "We'll put it off. We'll put it off. We'll put it off," and the wives are like, "Dude, just get rid of it." And then the husband's mad because he's like talking to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is $350." And they're like, "Dude, this is just like a big sectional couch." And I'm like, "It is. We charge by volume, like every other company. It's expensive. This is half of a load. You should have got rid of it. You could have just, done the whole I'll rent a U-Haul, which either way you're going to pay about that much anyway. By the time your mileage and your dump fee, which is like a catch-22, but just keep up on it. Like don't let those boxes stack up. Like those are really easy to break down. And even if you do have to call me for boxes, or I'll call any junk removal company, we charge by volume, guys. Boxes take up space. Like, well, it's just boxes. It's light debris. We're like, yeah, well, these are huge boxes. Could have broke them down, but you could have easily just box cut these things. Make your husband put on some Toby Keith, go at it, and cut those boxes up and put them in your trash can.
There you go.
But I mean, even like, and just don't throw trash out like on your backyard. That's so common. Like, just don't put it on the side yard. Find someone to
just
do it.
because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
For every problem, there's a solution. If you have pallets and you're catching up on pallets, people buy pallets. You look up, hey, we buy pallets on Google. You'll be able to find someone that'll pick them up. Or you'll be able to find someone or a place that just takes them in general. A lot of places buy them, and there used to be like cardboard recycling places that would pay you for it, but they're not really doing it anymore. There's like one place in the entire valley, and you're like, it's like an hour-long wait. But as far as just like not having to call me, I mean, it's not, you accumulate it because it's not easy. So shut up and get it done. I mean, it's just what it's going to come down to. Does anybody like doing yard work? I'd say about 30% do. At the time, I'm like, hey, I'll do yard. And they're like, well, my husband likes to do it. I'm like, that's why it looks like crap, right? Because he likes to do it. I don't like to do it, but I'll do it for money. That's what, and I'm really good at it. And I'm like, dude, like,
I like to meet these people that like to do it. I don't think they exist
famous
either.
Carlos story.
I think it's what my customers appreciate about me the most. I kind of call them out in like the nicest way possible. I'm like, well, this is why you're calling me though, right? And they're like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I was like, not to be rude, I just want to tell you, like, this could have been dealt with. And I'm going to tell you right now, pay me this one time, get it done, and I'll tell you the solution so that you don't have to do this again. There's a donation center. If your kids are getting older and like you just keep throwing out the car seats, like keep accumulating for whatever reason, that's a theme. People will just keep accumulating there's baby stuff and car seats. And the problem about that is like once you start letting them sit, they look kind of old and they get dirty. And like Goodwill will not take baby stuff if it's old or if it's like looked like it's used. It's a sanitation issue. So car seats, couldn't tell you what to do with them. You're probably gonna have to call me for that one because there's gonna be puke and poop and pee and Cheerio stains. But like baby stuff, like toys, like clean them up, Clorox wipe that stuff, take it down to Goodwill.
It's the move. It's what you have to do.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think people need to hear that, and it's like, yeah, call you, get it taken care of, and now you get a clean slate. You start fresh, and that's what people definitely need to hear. which we'll wrap up the podcast here. But since this is being recorded too, and we might use this for some of your clips, you can comment the word junk below, and we'll send you out the free guide that will tell you step by step the top 3 tips that you can do to not accumulate junk, so you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars getting your junk removed. If you need to get that junk removed, comment the word help, and he'll reach out and he'll get you taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Summer Breeze, we're making a breeze for you.
Hey, let's go. It's a wrap, boys.
All right.